What's up, family? I trust all is well. 1212, right? What does that number mean for you? But just quick topic, real quick. I had a conversation tonight after work, and it actually was a pretty deep conversation. It caused me to do some more reflecting. Everything caused me to do reflecting, right? But being real, I was talking with this guy, and we were talking about like goals and purposes and things that you just want. But then it's like, oh man, can I get it? And you know, y'all, what happens, and I'm going to speak on this because I did this for so long, and I'm just really coming to reality of what it is that I see myself doing. It's so easy for us to talk about the things that we want to do, our wishes and our goals, but the hardest thing is actually being able to visualize ourselves doing so. Up until as long as I remember, I had a particular goal that I wanted to do. When I was younger, I would visualize myself doing it. It was a strong desire that I had, right? And as I started getting older and I allow other people's thoughts and perspectives just kind of puncture what I had planned for myself, I started like, can I really do this? Can I really accomplish this? Is this something that is for me? You see what I'm saying? And then as I did that more and more each day, it's like those dreams really did not come into my reality at that moment. And all the lessons that I have learned, even when it comes down to my relationships, it has built me to being solid, to just really going inward and really trusting what it is that I desire to do. I see that dust behind my head, so I got off work, then I had to come because my dry still not fixed and start drying. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm here, ready to go home and get some rest. But I really want to talk about that. You know, and I think I may have did a video on it, but I didn't post it, right? But anyway, so what happens is we could talk, what they say, we could talk that talk all we want to. And if we're not walking that walk, it's not doing us any justice. But if we're not seeing what we want to see, it's not helping. And believing what we want to believe or what we need to believe is not helping. This is one of those situations where it's not so much about walking the walk and talking the talk. It's really about believing in what it is that you want to do. I've had so many goals. Let me tell you something. I've had so many things rolled out. Like, ain't no way sis ain't no millionaire right now. I mean, a multi-millionaire. It ain't no way. But the thing was that blocked that was I had it and I knew I was capable of it to an extent. But I started doubting myself like, man, ain't nobody in my family did this. You know what I'm saying? Is this really what I'm going to be doing? Like, ooh, like sis, when you do this, like this about to be, ooh, I started getting nervous. It's like I started having a fear of what it is that I'm capable of versus where I am now. You see what I'm saying? And then I started just like slowly stop pushing what it is that I knew that I needed to push and what I supposed to have been pushing. And then being true be told, another thing that I started doing is I started trying to, what they say, take some little shortcuts. Like, okay, I got this done, this done. But when you take those shortcuts and you try to call yourself like escaping some feelings, escaping some pains, and little stuff like that, or just escaping having to really sit down and do some work, that shit come back on you. And then you have to start over. And I was telling him today, just the same thing where I was like, man, I should have been further, which I probably shouldn't have been because I had to learn these lessons. But I had to start over from scratch. But you best believe that everything that I put in my mind that I'm going to do it. I just had to learn a little bit differently. Can you really, really visualize yourself doing the things that you desire? What is it called? I read a book from Edgar Cayce, Your Self-Image. What is your self-image? Sometimes it's we know that we want to do, but sometimes we build our self-image off of the way we grew up and the things that we heard, and the things that were said to us. You see what I'm saying? Our self-image just does not only come from us. It comes from our surroundings and what is embedded into our subconscious about us. So yes, I had the desire to do all this stuff and I seen it for a little bit. But it's like I started getting this film on my eyes, like, man, is this real? Squinching a little. You know how you is when you can't see, Start squinching to make sure that this is what it is. Like, no. Start clearing that clutter. Clearing that clutter. My best form of meditation is, truthfully, is walking. For some reason, as soon as I step foot, of even a breeze or anything, when I step foot outside, it's like do 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 do. You see what I'm saying? Everybody have a different phase of meditation, but it's still very important to sit still and be quiet. You know, it's so many different types of meditation, but you need to know which one is best benefits you just for your starter. You know, build yourself up to wherever it is that you desire to be. I still have room for improvement when it comes to meditation. But I also know enough that when I sit my behind down and I start feeling this, you know, my certain feeling that I get, oh, it's a wrap. And I get what I need to get. But it's all about connecting with my thoughts with my visual, you know, and my feelings and my emotions. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to connect all of that. And so he and I were talking about that. We were talking about some more stuff too, but I have to do that in a whole other video, right? Right. All is well though, family. Just take that time and just ask yourself, can I really do this? Do you see yourself doing this? Can you feel yourself doing this? You see what I'm saying? All is well, family. All is well, y'all, as it will be. I am the Liam Boss Lady, and I love you guys deeply. And whatever it is that we got to do, it's time to grow. It's time to be who we desire to be by feeling it, by seeing it, by understanding, by pushing. You see what I'm saying? I love y'all, family.